And in today's video, we're going to be analyzing the Tinder Swindler to extract 7, if not more, valuable lessons that we can take and learn from this experience. Learn from the experience that these women have had with the Tinder Swindler. So if y'all haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, The Tinder Swindler, this video is going to be containing some spoilers for you, so you may want to go and watch that first. Or watch, get to know my opinion, get to learn with us some of the lessons that we're going to be taking away from the Tinder Swindler, and then you go ahead and watch it. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. This is Relationship Sam, and if you're new here, my name is Samantha, and on this channel we sit down to discuss all things relationships, love, dating, marriage, and I always say, if you feel it, we talk about it. Today we're going to be talking about the Tinder Swindler, the one that is really famous, the one that's trending on Netflix right now and trending all over the world actually, the one who has swindled women of over $10 million. But before we even get into the video, I dare say that he is not the first person to have done this. There are so many guys who are out there using Tinder to swindle women of money and other things and getting financial support. We even have our very own Tinder Swindler here in United Arab Emirates in Dubai. There's a guy who swindled over 700,000 dirhams through dating women and asking them for financial support and this. So this is not the first. And I'm just so glad that this documentary was made and that these women were so brave enough to come out and to share their story and expose it to the degree that a lot more men who are doing this or were trying to do this will not be able to get away with it. Or at least us as women, we will be better equipped to deal with these situations, because these are the things that are actually happening. Without wasting any more time, I want to dive into the 7 lessons that we're going to be extracting from the Tinder Swindler, and I feel like they're going to be a little bit more than 7 lessons, so stay with me, watch till the end, and let's see how many we get to. But number 1, everybody desires to be loved and appreciated. We desire to be loved and appreciated so much so that we want to be the hero in somebody's story. We want to be that person who is helping someone so that they appreciate us and to love us more. Before we even start judging and really start analyzing this, I felt like the first thing that we have to say is that as human beings, each and every one of us has a desire to be appreciated. So the fact that we desire to be appreciated kind of leads us to acting in such unreasonable ways sometimes. So this is something that is everyone goes through this, and under the right circumstances, anyone and absolutely anyone can do anything and the most ridiculous of things, all in the name of love and appreciation. So with that established, let's take a look at the Tinder Swindler's operation.
Like, what do you do when you have 9 creditors on you, you know? You can find a bit of everything on Tinder.
I only miss you when it rains.
When I first talked with Simon, immediately we had a bond.
When I listen to the radio,
he was smart and funny and very impulsive.
I shared my whole heart with him.
And then he asked me if I wanted to travel with him on a private jet. The man I loved was never real. Everything's a lie.
I only miss you when
You double cross me, you're gonna pay for it.
But everybody desires to be somebody's hero. You want to be the person who your spouse or your potential spouse or your partner or your boyfriend comes to. And you feel honored, really, that somebody can come to you in time of trouble. So it's not that, you know, this is something that couldn't have happened to anybody else. And I was just thinking about it, like with my ex, I would have given him money. I definitely would have given him money. The only difference is, I'm not sure if I would have gone as far as $140,000 in debt or $200,000, but I know I definitely would have given him money, because you want to be this person who's helping him out. You know, you want to start a relationship trusting each other, and there's nothing wrong with trusting. But Lesson number 2 is that the red flags are always there. The signs are always there. But we have this special ability, and I have to call it a special ability of rationalizing red flags. So while I was talking to one of my friends about this, she's raised the question like, so where were his business partners when he was in distress? How come these women didn't think to ask him, where are your business partners? You're a prominent business person who's flying all over the world. You have your business partners. Yeah, you have enemies, but you have your business partners. Where are they? I didn't even think about this, and I was like, whoa. So when one of my friends was talking about how we as women can be so naive sometimes, this is really it. We value relationships so much, especially like romantic relationships, that we put away all reasonable logic and reasonable thinking. Whereas men are very strategic. Men are very transactional. And number 3, money influences people. One of my mentors calls it undue influence. When you see a man who has money and is willing to spend it on you and to show these grand romantic gestures, you're not even going to think twice or observe other things. And I've seen and I've known and heard of women who are in abusive relationships, but the husband or the man that they're with provides. He has money, and money causes people to do things that they may not naturally do or be willing or be prepared to do. And in this case, the Tinder swindler used the money for grand romantic gestures, which almost immediately swept them all off their feet. Money for women represents security. It's not so much that we want money or we're after the money, but money represents security, and security is one of the women's most important or highest needs. We have a need to feel secure. So when somebody has money, you feel like there's a security in that. There's a security and a comfort. Anyway, number 4, relationships are a currency. And this Simon Leviev really understood it, and he took advantage of it in being friends with Pernilla. He used this to swindle money from Pernilla, a woman whom he did not have a romantic relationship with. He took this to the extreme though, but there are so many things that good relationships with people can do for you that even money cannot. So be nice to all people in all situations and all circumstances, because you never know who you will need and when. And lesson number 5 is that appearance really matter. How you are dressed is how you are addressed. This is another thing that con artists observe and use to carry out their cons, but in itself, appearance and how well we take care of ourselves and our appearances can work out in our favor. Fact remains, how you are dressed is how you are addressed. And in this case, Simon Leviev would have not been able to collect money from women if he did not look or come across as somebody who's able to pay it. I'm not telling you all to go learn to be crooks or con artists or to pretend to dress a certain way or to look like you're a certain way. Like fake it till you make it. No, I'm not really saying that. I'm not advocating for that. But it really does matter how you dress and how well you take care of yourself. So this is a positive lesson that we can take from it. Do take care of yourself and just be conscious and be aware that how you dress is how you are addressed. So honestly, guys, take it from somebody who's tried online dating. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of swiping before you actually find someone who you like, even just like. And then when that person ticks so many other boxes of, you know, seeming like they're well-traveled, they know how to treat a woman, of course it's easy for a woman to fall in love with him. We are women after all. We're relational beings, and we are very emotional beings. So this thing that is or should be our strength can work against us and does work against us when such things happen, because we are so invested in relationships and we value relationships and we want to be loved, and sometimes too much, so much so that we love more than we actually love the person that we are with at the time. So lesson number 6 is that online dating can be dangerous. Not always, because the people who are happily married, who met online, who met on Tinder, who met on Bumble, who met on Hinge, and all these other dating apps and platforms. But we don't always know who we're meeting. We don't always know the intention of the person on the other side. Like I was telling you earlier, that I know two of my colleagues have gone on dates with guys who have, at the end of the date, says, oh, I forgot my wallet. So pay. Ugh. Anyway, these are small timers, but this is happening. And again, I have to say that this documentary is done really well in exposing men like this. People aren't always who they appear to be. There's no telling and there's no knowing if the person you're going out on a date with is a murderer or not. And like we've seen in this case of the Tinder swindler, he had his bases covered. His Instagram was on fleek. Like even if you Googled him, he had websites. He did his homework, and he was like top of the search. So you just think like, oh, okay, fine, you know, this is legitimate. So anyone could have really fallen for that, because these women did do their due diligence. They did do some homework. They did do some research to look into him, and the evidence that they were seeing through online searches was proving that what he was saying was true and real. And the lesson number 7 is that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I know as women, we want to have the full package. We want a man who has it all, the looks, the money, the lifestyle, the this, the that. There's a danger of us wanting the full package. We have to talk about these things, and we have to bring everything to light, and we have to expose the truth. And the truth is that we want the full package. We want the full package to the point that we're putting away all reasonable logic, our intuition, our observation, rationalizing red flags and all of these things that we don't even need to put ourselves through. We'll put ourselves through because we want the comfort, the luxury, and the security of a comfortable life. Hope you get what I mean. We just have to grow and learn. So in the end, this guy was arrested and he was given a 15-month sentence, but he only served 5, and he got out of jail, and he's living quite lavishly again, this time in Israel, where he's from. And he was actually never arrested for the cons. He was just arrested for having a fake ID that he was using, or fake documentation and passport that he was using to travel and to cross borders and stuff. So that's what he was arrested on. And this is real, and it's happening. It's happening in our backyards, and it's probably happening to a lot more women, or has happened to a lot more women than dare to come out and say like, this is what's happened to me. The shame, or just not even knowing like, where will it get me? What will it do for me? But these women were so brave to go and to do this. And they have started a GoFundMe page to help them pay off some of the debt that they've accrued and gotten into through this horrific life experience where their emotions and their hearts were played with, all in a con to extract money from them. Anyway, guys, I really hope that you have liked this video and you've liked the 7 lessons that we have drawn out of the Tinder swindler. And if you have any thoughts or contributions or comments that you want to make, please let me know in the comment section below. Chat with me as well. If you want to chat privately on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram at iSamanthaLeek. I always look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one.